I don't care what anybody says. Being a mother is the most blessed yet challenging blessing, journey, whatever you want to call it, in the world. And I feel like a lot of moms take away the weight that's behind being a mother by saying, I'm just a mom, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I do this, that, and the other, the big career that they're doing, and a mom. And it just pains me because it is the most important job in the world. No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids,
and everything in between.
All that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. Quote by Abraham Lincoln. Behind every successful woman or man is a mother who believed in them from the beginning.
Welcome to this episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast. My name is Dan Caldwell, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host. Happy Mother's Day or late Mother's Day to you, my beautiful co-host and beautiful wife. And you can go anytime now.
Ildiko Ferenczi. Well, on the last episode, I cut you off, so I just really was waiting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay, so welcome to this episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast. I just want to say happy late Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We wanted to have a little bit of conversation about moms out there, but we didn't know whether to do it before Mother's Day or after Mother's Day because it would have been a long time from the time that we did the episode to when it actually aired from Mother's Day. So we decided to do it just a couple days after Mother's Day.
Yeah, because everybody had an experience and everybody went through something that was amazing, or maybe even some moms struggled with some stuff. But before we get into the episode...
Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying today's episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast. And if you are, and you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, it just takes a second. It means so much to us because it really helps the podcast get out there to more listeners like you guys. And if you know anybody it might help and you can send it to them, we really appreciate that too.
We also love and appreciate your reviews. Even the babies look forward to them every day. If you share this episode on social media today, don't forget to tag us. We want to celebrate you because we know it's not easy being a parent in business, and the way that you juggle things makes you a superhero. That's worth a shout out. Together, we have a community of our personal followers as well, and we just want to put it out there. We want to show everybody that this juggle is possible, and you are our family, and we're so proud and grateful to have you a part of this family. So don't forget, all the links are below in the show notes, and thank you again, and let's get back to the show. I don't care what anybody says. Being a mother is the most blessed yet challenging blessing, journey, whatever you want to call it, in the world. And I feel like a lot of moms take away the weight that's behind being a mother by saying, I'm just a mom, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I do this, that, and the other, the big career that they're doing, and a mom. And it just pains me because it is the most important job in the world. And I've said this before, and I want to say it again. And this is why I was really excited that we were going to do a Mother's Day episode, not for myself, because I feel like every mother out there especially the ones in the trenches, but not just in the trenches, there is a type of struggle, a type of challenge in every part of motherhood. But I just really want those moms to get those flowers today. And we want to talk about that.
Yeah, mothers need more credit for what they go through, what they do, the part that they play in building their children. I mean, I've heard men are what their mothers make them. And it's I don't know if it's a quote by somebody, but I know I was a mama's boy, I think, growing up. And I can feel that in how I was brought up, that mom, my mom shaped me. I learned from my dad to be who I am, to be a man, but by watching him. But I became the person that I am from my mom.
Yeah, same. I can definitely.
And I definitely know you are your mother's child, 100%. And our daughter is. Oh boy, I feel sorry for somebody no, I shouldn't say that.
She's just really outspoken, but this is
your
love.
Mom was outspoken.
But she had to be. She was a leader. And I remember one of my cousins talking about how she knew both sides of my mom. And if you guys don't know the story, my mom had to make a very strong decision at one point of her life. Sadly, my mom and my dad didn't make it in marriage, this is one of the reasons why we have the podcast, because if they just had a support system behind them, they'd probably be together. But, the devil wants to seek and destroy and kill and do all those things, and the relationship died because they didn't have those kind of people behind them. So she was very soft, and my mom was very petite and tiny, like myself. But after the divorce, she had to turn into a different person. And my cousin was saying how she's only known her as the homemaker. She didn't really get to experience the businesswoman until later. And then when my mom had the little children to take care of, she morphed. She turned into this superhero warrior lion. And that was one of our visuals for our family. We were the lion pack. And she turned into this different person. And I had always admired that. But the more that I listened to other people's stories and we're doing this podcast, I wish for no woman to ever have to go there. I know it's possible that we are all strong and have the ability to have, multi-million-dollar careers and do all these things ourselves. But I don't think that's how God created us to be, because my mom ended up getting sick because she had to work so hard. She had to do all the things that a stay-at-home mom would do.
But women still, they have to. The women are strong. I mean, don't get me. Women will stand up and fight for their family.
100%. But I don't like the fact of doing it alone. She was always strong.
The man is the first defense,
feminine
and
too.
if he's got multiple attackers, the woman is definitely going to stand up and fight for her family.
It's like me. I'm strong. I'm capable. I was raised by one of the strongest, a warrior. It's the reason why I believe that I'm standing today when I got that diagnosis in the office, because of my mom as an example. But I wish she didn't have to do it alone. And as women, we have to fight for our families, fight for our children. And there, yes, is so much power in us. But I hate hearing anyone have to go through a divorce, because I know what's behind it. I'm telling you, everybody gets something, either physically, emotionally. A lot of people get the C word. My mom didn't until way later in her life, but she fought through that too. And she stuck up for herself.
Well, mothers, I think that the problem is that, you hear so many people talking about, women being in their feminine, and you have, with a 50% divorce rate, you have so many women having to step up and become the man and the
have
woman
this
role,
masculine side,
and somewhat support the family. Dads are out of their lives, and hopefully, that even if you're if you're, if you're a dad and you're separated, be that man, be that person, step into that role and still play that role for your family as much as you can.
Yeah.
And so that, she just doesn't have to. I could feel your mom. Your mom was powerful, and I could feel how powerful she was, and that she never felt like she was able to be that. To me, I never knew her before. So I only knew her in that role of being this man and woman, not not for real, but stepping into that role. I would see that when she went into, when we went to the property up north there, and, how she would just take over, like calling the contractors and get them on the phone and tell him what I can't even do what she did.
I'm crying.
But she would just really take over and have to be that person.
I remember her we had this investment property. It was 21. We bought an investment property together. It was my first commercial property, and I remember when there was problems, and she'd get so mad at the roofer. She climbed up on the roof and fixed it herself. Oh my gosh! But these are the things that you do when you become a single mom. But I just wish she didn't have to. But I admire her, and I remember there was this stubborn part when you and I were having that minute of, and of course it's the devil trying to take us apart. But when you were at the job, you guys know the story. It's a long story, and we're not going to get into it. But I remember talking to my mom and saying, I'm just done. I'm done. And it was just, my emotions were high. I'm still nursing the baby. All this stuff going through me. And she said, you guys need to work it out. And she's telling me your perspective. And the one thing I love about mothers is that when not all moms don't take your child's side, but she was just very honest. And she would say, try to put me in your shoes, and then try to put you in my shoes if she ever got a hold of you. Yes. So she would talk sense into me and then remind me of all the hard. Do you know how hard it was having those little children by my side?
I think moms have a lot of wisdom, but they tend to, I think that's kind of a male thing, that type of conversation, because I always felt like my mom, whether I was right or wrong, she was on my side, I remember one time when I was in elementary school, I think I was in second grade, and this kid, she was a yard duty, like the ladies that stand out there, we didn't, it was like her second job. She got paid for a few hours to come out and carry a whistle and yell at kids. And so she was out there and it was always kind of weird because, your mom's out there and you kind of feel a little bit embarrassed, but he had kicked me in the privates, and I'm crying. I'm a little mama's boy, and I'm crying, and I go over to my mom and I'm like, this guy, I still remember his name is Jonathan Smith. And he had kicked, and I told my mom what he did, and she grabbed him and held him in place and told me to kick him back right in the privates. And I was like, my dad would have said, suck it up, keep walking, you'll be fine. And, maybe you'll fight him after school or something. But my mom literally, you imagine the trouble she could have got in? She literally held this kid in place, held his legs open so I could kick him in the, are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my goodness. But then, and I also have this great photo I can still remember in kindergarten of us in the newspaper where I ran up to my mom after my first day of school and hugged her. And, I always got that great moment that made the newspaper, and I still have that cut out. But I just, moms are, I feel so blessed that I have this amazing mom. Yes. And happy Mother's Day to you, Mom, if you're listening. Mm-hmm. And I really feel blessed to have an amazing mom.
Yeah.
And I know you had an amazing mom too.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was really.
And that said, I have something very special for you planned that I didn't tell you about. And so I guess in part of this episode, I question the kids. I asked them some questions about you as a mother. And so I'm going to plug it into this episode so the audience at home will hear it at some point. I'm going to drop it into the episode. And then I'm not going to let you listen to what they say until the episode airs. So you're going to have to hear what they had to say about you when the episode airs.
I love that. And it was kind of these last Mother's Day was a little bit challenging for me this year. It was, beautiful, and I feel very blessed that I have these children, but it's also hard for me. And I haven't really shared anything about it on social media because I don't want to, be the victim, but I know there must be other people either struggling with the fact that their parents are getting older, or maybe they're sick, and, you're watching all these things on social media where people still have their mom and they're having these big extravagant Mother's Day, and it just brings back the memories that I spent with my mom, and it's so hard because I just want to pick up the phone and tell my mom that I appreciate her and I love her, and it's hard for the moms that don't have their moms anymore. And I know there's a lot of us out there, but it's like this weird thing where it's supposed to be this happy day, and it is, because I'm telling you, and you guys know it, our children are the biggest blessings that's ever happened to us in our lives. They really, truly show us what true love is. They fill in all the gaps of any kind of loss of love that we've had through our lives. For me, I wish I had my dad there, but they just filled in all the gaps. But for me, this Mother's Day was challenging. So I don't feel like going out and having a big dinner. I'm in the trenches. I've got the little ones. I'm exhausted. I just want to stay home and rest and enjoy my kids, hug them as hard as I can, make some great relaxed memories. And then on like another day, go out and do the Mother's Day dinner, because a part of me, it's like just days after Mother's Day, that's when I lost my mom. So it's been hard. So when the babies are asleep, I'm thinking, I'm just wishing I could just pick up the phone. So you guys that have your moms, I know that I took it for granted too. It's just that those are the best memories, and you guys are so lucky if you have it still. But being a mom while your mom is alive as a woman, because your mother just looks at you in such a different way. They're so proud of you being a mother, and so proud of you looking after those kids. Those were the best Mother's Day. Like, obviously, I loved the Mother's Days, and I always spoiled my mom, took her on some crazy extravagant holiday and just spoiled her because I didn't have kids yet. So she was like my baby.
She was your kid.
I would spoil her and take her on all these holidays, and just her friends would be so jealous, and it was just so awesome. But then when I had kids, she was happier than all those Mother's Days that I spoiled her. She was just so happy to just watch the kids and obviously relive her life as a mother to me when I was a little infant and toddler through the babies. So it was just it's still hard. And I wonder, does it get easier? The grief comes, and it comes in waves, and whoever's going through this, I'm sure you get it. But Mother's Day is one of those days when it really hits. My mom was amazing, so I miss her so much.
Yeah, I understand, babe. I wish I wanted to. That's why I felt like I didn't really know what to do. It's because we haven't. I didn't know what to do because I wanted to take you to dinner. I had this big dinner plan.
And then what if I get all emotional?
You were like, "No, I don't want to go." I was like, "You don't want to go to dinner."
Tired.
Well, I just wanted you to kind of you know, I wanted you to not have that on your mind as much. I know it was always going to be on your mind. It was going to come out at certain times, and it just, you know, it's part of
it
the
mostly
holiday.
came out now that I'm talking about it, because I'm talking about her, and it's so... Ugh.
Oh, don't
is
cry.
it the
You're
butterflies?
making me cry now.
Is it the butterflies, or there's this little bird? I was thinking of my mom a lot for the build up to Mother's Day, and I know it sounds so stupid, but when she passed suddenly and unexpectedly, but she left this letter for me. And it was all these prayers that she wrote down, and she wanted to make sure that I found it someday. So she put it somewhere safe, but there was this little butterfly on it. And I didn't really think much of it. But then after I got the letter, when I was because she made it very clear she didn't want anybody else in the house, only me, only you, Ildiko. I don't want anybody else in the house. If anything ever happens to me, just you. So she left this letter there, and the little butterfly, about, I think, a day later, I started seeing this little white butterfly.
That white butterfly everywhere.
Everywhere. And this sounds so nuts, but this year, the build up to Mother's Day, because as I said, it was just so suddenly after Mother's Day that she passed. I got her a bouquet of flowers that she was so happy about. And then I said, I'm going to really blow the socks off of her. And I sent her this other amazing bouquet that she didn't even get, but I was thinking about Mother's Day. Anyway, let's get back to the subject.
I sent her one too.
Yeah, and she never got them. So I was like, is she going to come as a butterfly? Is she going to come as something else? Maybe a bird. A bird. So we have this beautiful wreath, always wreaths on our front door, and there's a bird that sat in that wreath every single day. And when I think about my mom, I'm like, are you going to be here today? I don't know. It's just crazy. You know, I don't know if you can relate to this unless you lose someone. And I remember with my brother too, it was roses and doves, and it's just that happy thing. It's just something that literally lifts your soul. And if you have some kind of experience like this, share it, because it makes me happy. Anyway.
So happy Mother's Day to all you amazing mothers out there who are changing the world, shaping the world with building these great children. You know, let's all give credit where credit's due here.
Yes.
You do amazing things.
Yes.
And I know one day your sons and daughters will stand up and thank you, whether that be in a podium in graduation or at a speech. Who knows where that's going to be, but they will stand up and thank you for the hard work that you put in.
You are behind greatness. You are the one that is responsible for the greatness. You are responsible. You are the one that is pouring into those beautiful babies and giving them such an incredible opportunity in life to fulfill their God-given destiny, their assignment. And I have so much love for all of you and all the moms that are going through the trenches, and maybe you may have elderly parents that are, going through it, or sick parents. I'm also giving you guys your flowers, because I didn't talk about it because my mom said, don't tell anybody that I'm going through this, that, and the other. And I had to deal with it behind closed doors. And she was very happy, but she was very proud. She never wanted anyone to know that she was starting to lose. You guys know, the people that can relate, you get it. There's something hard about getting older. When you're Wonder Woman, you're superhero, their legs start to break down or their body starts to break down. They don't want to, that's not something they want you to brag about, or they don't want to brag about it. That's a hard thing.
And they don't want to be seen in that condition.
That's right.
I remember your mom fighting, not wanting to use the walker that she had to use it towards the end there.
She wouldn't. She would not use it. And the beautiful part was that She said, everybody wants to put me in a home. And I promised her when I was 8 years old, I will never, whatever you want, I will make that happen. And we did. And she stayed at home. She had nurses. She was so strong-willed, and if she didn't like a nurse, she would fire one. And we were blessed. Like, I'm telling you that the divine interventions, that she just had the perfect people around her that could, if she was in an old home, they would probably drug her up and medicate her. But she was just with these people that understood her European flair and her, like she would smack the nurses on the butt or the hand or whatever. Like she would just, it was just her personality, and they loved her.
If I remember right, we had to talk to her about that a little bit.
We did, but they loved her, and they would call her all the things that they would call her beautiful and baby girl. And I think everybody deserves to live out what she worked so dang hard for us, that she deserved to be treated like a queen. And I said, treat her like a queen. And they loved her. It was like all these girls were the nurses were her daughters, and some of them she didn't get along with. So if you don't get along with someone, then you move past it. You get someone that you're happy being around. Don't stay with someone that you're unhappy. You guys have two different personalities, then don't deal with it, Yeah. Life is precious. Hug your moms. Love your moms.
Hug your mamas out there.
Yeah, and because you just never know. Things happen
happy heavenly Mother's Day, Etty.
We said that like mama.
Yes, and he's throwing out the Hungarian there. And I think there you go. And so without further ado, I'm going to drop it in right here. So you get to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
So you're not going to hear it until it airs, but for the people at home,
present.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, one more thing. If you can just start, I don't know where your wife is, and moms, tell your husbands to take photos of you. Take photos of me. That is the
Husbands,
best gift
I
for
can't
us.
be the only person that gets yelled at for this. So
yes,
you guys
pictures,
get out there, step up.
Shoots, more pictures. I think I got
I've been doing a
emotional
pretty good job lately.
Yes,
but
lately you have. Okay, anyway, I'm so excited to hear this interview.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you guys
Here
so
we go.
much.
Hey guys, so we're here at the Pretty and Punk podcast. I'm about to interview our son Daniel and daughter Destiny about their mother, and I wanted to do this something special for Mother's Day. And so she doesn't know this, but this is going to air on the podcast about the Mother's Day. I believe the podcast is going to air right after Mother's Day. And so Daniel, Destiny, are you guys ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to ask you guys a few questions about your mom, and just be, tell me how you feel, and just and use your words and just explain how you feel about mama. Okay, so the first question is.
Sounds good.
I know, whatever sounds good. You tell me what you feel. Okay. Okay, here we go. What is your favorite thing about mommy?
She's always nice.
She's always nice?
Yeah.
And what about you, Destiny? What's your favorite thing about mommy?
She needs to practice the splits. She just needs to put one
Speak in the mic.
She just needs to put one leg straight at the back and one leg on the ground, but not straight.
Oh, you like when mommy practices the splits with you?
Yeah.
Daniel, what do you like especially about mommy? Like, what does she do that you really love about her?
She loves me in a way that I can't resist, and I don't know how to show how much I love her back. Oh, buddy,
that's such a great answer. Oh, I don't know if I could have said it that well. Okay, make sure you guys speak right into the mic, okay? If you guys could give mommy a superpower, any superpower in the world, what would that superpower?
Like an actual superpower.
Yeah, like an actual superpower.
What I mean is an actual superpower, or just a superpower of being like a great mom.
Yeah, no, like any superpower in the world.
Okay, but I think she should have the split superpower, so she doesn't need to practice.
Okay, Daniel, what is your superpower that you want to give your mom? Speak in the mic.
I wish she could either be super big or fly or have laser eyes or be really strong.
Laser eyes?
I
think your mom is pretty strong, though.
I think I want her to be super strong so that she can lift 1,000 pounds with her pinky.
Oh, my gosh. Then she'd be able to beat up Daddy.
Yeah, that's good. I wanted to beat you up.
Oh,
yes,
no.
That would be good blogging.
Okay. So that's great answers, both of you. What is the funniest thing Mommy has ever done? Think about it for a second. What is the funniest thing that you can remember that Mommy has ever done? You can take a minute to think about it if you need to.
Tickle us.
Tickle you? When she tickles you, does that make you laugh?
I think there was one time where I think it was a few times. She was jumping around and she was being like a monkey and waving her arms like a U shape.
Like a monkey?
Yeah. And she was going.
Mommy gets a little cuckoo sometimes.
I don't know if her arms were like that, but she was jumping around crazy.
Oh, that's she has so much fun with you guys sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Do you like when she has fun with you guys?
Yeah, but she only jumps around crazy sometimes.
Sometimes, right?
I haven't seen her jump around in a long time until I got my very first viral post, which was today, and she jumped around crazy today.
What? Oh, really? Okay, guys, speaking in the mic. Speaking
in
the mic, so
she
everybody
was
can hear.
holding me.
And, I remember. I saw that.
When I ate sometimes a piece of bread by myself, she jumped when I was in my chair eating.
Okay.
Did she scare you? No. Oh. Okay, on to the next question.
What is the best adventure you had with Mommy? What's the best adventure that you can remember having with Mommy that you liked? Like where you guys went on a little adventure. Or it could have been all of us, but what was the best adventure, your favorite time with Mommy?
So you mean
Even back when you were little, like all the way back to you can remember when you were little? What is your favorite adventure with Mommy? I know we've had a lot, so sometimes it gets overwhelming. I know you have fun with Mommy all the time, so what is the one thing, though, that really stands out?
There's only one memory I had when I was really young. I was like 1 or 2.
Uh-huh.
I got to take a picture with Mommy, Daddy, and me. But Destiny wasn't born yet. And I was with Mickey Mouse, and I was like, who is this dude?
You didn't know who Mickey Mouse was? I remember that moment.
I knew him, but I was like, he's creeping me out.
I think that was you were 2 years old. That was your 2-year-old birthday that we took you to Disneyland. And because I can remember we took a picture with Mickey Mouse in his Mickey Mouse Land or whatever they call that.
It's Disneyland.
Yeah, but there was a special part of Disneyland where he lived.
My birthday was those prank birthdays where you go on crazy heights where you just drop and you're like screaming. Oh my gosh! I think she means free falling.
I think she means that guy that free falls people and makes them scream on the way down. That's a good one.
Well, my favorite memory with Mommy is when we were at that hotel. You know the Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah.
That place where it had the pool that we went to.
Oh, yeah.
A few days ago on our trip.
Yes.
My favorite part was when we went to the pool and I met that Ryletter girl.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
like 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that was your favorite part with Mommy? But what about the time you were flying the kite with Mommy? I remember one time you saying that was your favorite time. When we were out there, you said, this is my favorite time ever.
Well, was it when we were at that parrot hotel that I like to go all the way up to the tippy top of the stairs?
I think so.
So a very long time ago, Mommy showed me a peek of our new kites like yesterday, and I was like this. I thought she meant we were going on a hike to like jump off a cliff.
No, we're not doing no cliff jumping yet. Okay, I got one last question for you guys. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the last question. If you could say anything to Mommy that would make her really happy for Mother's Day, what would it be? And think of something from the heart, like not just anything. Think of something from the heart. If you could think of anything you could say to Mommy, how you feel about Mommy.
This one's impossible. Do you remember how I answered the first question?
Yes.
This one's too impossible. Well,
just speak from the heart. It doesn't have to be anything that you can't say.
Well, I think I could like say, I'm going to give you a present, but I didn't tell her that it was a candy cane and like wrapping paper. No, I don't know.
You did give her. I remember you wrapped up a present for her.
I don't know if that was.
But what's the one thing you would tell Mommy? If you could say anything just to make her happy. If you wanted to make Mommy happy, what would you tell her?
That I would give her flowers.
Flippers?
Flowers.
Okay.
Not
What about you, Daniel? What would you tell Mommy to make her happy and smile?
Oh my gosh, this one's very hard.
Yeah, but you are always so. I love when you know something that I am jealous of. That I love. I saw you. Was it a few days ago, a week ago, when you were caressing Mommy's face. You were like running your fingers along Mommy's face and just telling her how much. No, it's not Mother's Day yet. But it was. You were just. I think we were just. Maybe we were downstairs or something. I can't remember what it was. But you were just, she wasn't feeling well. That's what it was.
I mean last Mother's Day.
No. It was like a couple weeks ago. She wasn't feeling well. And you wanted to make her feel better. And you were like running your hands on her face. And it was just so cute to me. And I think Mommy talked about it for like a week. She loved it so much.
Oh, wait, I forgot it was a week ago, so I said Mother's Day.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me why you did that. Why did you want to do that for Mommy?
I just don't know how to represent how much I love her. I would do anything for her. So that's the best I could come up with. A ring wouldn't be $1 trillion, so I had to make it $1 billion.
Okay.
Yes,
you guys are so awesome. We made Mommy some beautiful Mommy's Day cards that we're gonna give her, and I can't wait to give her those, and we can't wait to give her flowers, and we can't wait to take her out for dinner. We're gonna have so much fun, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just do me a favor and say Happy Mother's Day in the microphone?
Happy Mother's Day! Mommy's a precious angel baby.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast.
Well, that wasn't choreographed.
Sorry, I jumped over you.
That's okay. Thank you for listening this week. God bless you all. God bless the mamas that are living their best life Mother's Day, the mommies that are, just going through the trenches, all the mommies, whatever moment you are in your motherhood. God bless you guys. You're doing an incredible job, and you were chosen for this. You really were. God bless you. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to this special episode of the Pretty and Punk Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a review. God bless. Love you. Thank you for listening. I hope that changed your life. God bless. See you next time.